Beth Ann.
What's up? I'm Ayla.
This is Let's Talk BL, a boys love podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are doing a request. A request?
Yeah.
We're fulfilling a request. This is replacing an episode that was going to be something else, but that something else was stupid. We saw this request and we were like, well, that's dumb. We should do that instead.
And we ask you guys to give us suggestions. And if you think, oh, they're never going to take my suggestions, you're wrong.
This is absolutely why.
We do take your suggestions.
Yeah.
Because we want to talk about what you guys want to hear us talk about.
Also, it may just be something we didn't think of because, again, we had a different episode planned for this week and we were like, well, that's a stupid idea because this idea is way better.
Yes.
It just literally didn't occur to us to do it.
But also, we could have never conceptualized this because this is a new thing that happened this year.
Right. Again, it just didn't occur to us. So shout out.
Yeah. We're excited.
Shout out. In fact, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the shout out so that I get it right. I want to make sure I get the username right.
Yeah. We are talking Domundi 2023 lineup because we did the GMMTV one and that was super fun. And every year we anticipate the GMMTV announcement. And so it is always fun. This year, more companies have started doing light up announcements, which is another fun revelation in BL world because I think we forget how young BL world is and how small it is sometimes. So
Vitor Hugo Lab, and I swear this person is also on IG.
Yes, they are,
but I don't know what you're at on IG is off the top of my head.
Thing.
It's the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Vitor Hugo Lab. This is for you.
Thank you for your suggestion.
Thank you for your suggestion. Literally didn't occur to us, but you're a genius.
So Domundi was pretty small potatoes until 2022 happened.
It was never small potatoes to me.
Oh my god.
No, because I always loved Joss and I always loved Poppy. And listen,
have you watched their travel vlogs?
I was about to say their travel vlogs are fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Were problematic? Yeah. But fascinating.
I mean, they were boys in 2019. What did they start? They started that a while ago.
The journey Domundi has had. I'm here for
Somebody
it.
needs to do a profile on Domundi.
I know, it's fascinating. And I genuinely want to know what stake does Joss still have in this? For anybody that doesn't know, Domundi is actually Joss's company or started as Joss's company. Joss of GMMTV.
He's part of it somehow. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly,
fascinating.
Z has told this story a couple of times about how Off started
not Off Jumble.
No, AOF.
And also not GMMTV director Off. We're talking Domundi Off.
Domundi Off started this influencer / YouTube channel,
which is how a lot of boys get into this industry is influencer. So
yes.
Baz got started as influencer. He wanted deals.
Yin of Yin War.
Also influencer, yeah.
And so he started collecting boys to do this travel channel and it took off from there. And then Why Are You happened.
And then Why Are You?
And that was huge. But then COVID hit and it kind of stalled for a minute. And then they collected Nunu and their lives changed forever.
Was a small company and they had similar hiccups to the other companies have had where their business operations just didn't go quite right. But almost at no fault of their own. It was just a bad situation and growing pains.
You learn on the job.
And you're learning on the job. Domundi is actually, shout out Domundi because where they're at right now, if they can maintain this and grow from this, I will be so impressed. I'm pulling for them. Because before February, there's no way they could have operated on the scale they're operating on right now. And they're still doing it with a tiny team, which is what's crazy.
And we've seen their growing pains go along the way. And I definitely have more grace for this situation because we understand we are just podcasters.
But we have our own
we have
these
tried.
Lovely sound issues that everyone dealt with and was very kind to us about.
Yeah, we have tried to do things on bigger and bigger scales. And like it's hard when there's a very small team and you don't have just endless amounts of income to spend on everything. And even if you do have a lot of income, you don't really know how to even begin to allocate that to what you need.
And to make sure everyone, anyways, there's a lot with Domundi. One thing that I will say, what I am very impressed with Domundi on is that they do know how to shell out for the right things.
Yeah.
So the production value, right? Like this gets us into
tier.
the first thing we're going to talk about with this Domundi 2023 rollout, which is a Cutie Pie special ep. Cutie Pie was Cutie Pie. Well, we can just leave it at that.
Cutie Pie, I went into Cutie Pie being so excited. Like I
Me
remember
too.
getting the
Me
rollout
too.
for that. Like I bought these shirts.
Oh my
I
God.
was so excited.
I was so excited for Cutie Pie.
I will say the production of Cutie Pie was great.
The production
the
value.
talent of Cutie Pie was great. The storyline wasn't there.
Again, Cutie Pie was Cutie Pie, but they shelled out for the production value of that thing.
Top
And
tier.
like I think that's a smart thing to shell out for.
Yeah.
And like we saw a similar effect in You're My Sky, Jude by Katong Fa.
Yes.
That team really put a lot of value internally on production value, and it shows.
Yeah.
And it's such a wonderful, like it elevates the productions. And
Right.
so that has me excited going into 2023. I'm nervous for them. They rolled out a lot.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for them. I want this to all be successful.
Right.
They're a small team.
So
They're a small team.
The
still.
Cutie Pie special ep is so interesting because it's 4 episodes,
which is so. Have we ever had no? We've had like one like single special episodes, and then we've had like movies, but we've never had this kind of like.
We're getting a Coffee Melody 2 ep special,
right? But I don't.
But yeah, we haven't that I know of gotten like a 4-part special episode.
And you have a good theory about this.
Yeah, my assumption is that because there are 3 couples that we're gonna get a Z Nunu storyline episode, we're gonna get a Maxnet storyline episode, and we're gonna get a Tudor Yim storyline special episode because Maxnet are going into their own series spinoff based on this storyline. People love Z Nunu, and people loved these characters for Tudor Yim, and they're also going into their own shows.
Also, Tudor Yim are just amazing.
They are amazing, and they got like negative screen time. So, and then potentially the last episode will be all 3 couples together.
Oh my God, do you think it's going to be like a Why Are You scenario where it's just going to be like, but just the beach frolic at the very end, but it's the whole episode?
Okay, so we kind of did get this for Why Are You because we got the sci-fi Zon story, right? Like it wasn't really a special episode, but it was like
because they were supposed to have more of their story. The whole show actually was about Zon, right, like, which is what makes Why Are You so wild. But because of COVID happened while they were filming that show, that like the Jimmy and Tommy,
a lot of theirs
didn't get their storyline, and so yes, the last episode was essentially a special ep,
right?
Because it was like a continuation of something that we didn't get in the series. Yeah, but so potentially if your theory is correct and like the last one is all 4 or is like all 3 of them, but like
I think it'll be, the anticipation is that it'll be Z Nunu's wedding. It'll be Kieran and oh my God, why can't I remember their names?
I think it's gonna be Z Nunu.
Because like they get engaged in the last episode of Cutie Pie. Kieran and oh my gosh,
I want a beach frolic. I want a beach. Can't their episode can be the wedding, and then we have I want a frolic. It could be a mountain frolic?
Did Cutie Pie have a beach frolic?
It could be a city frolic even. I just want a frolic. Like imagine them all like going shopping.
Oh my God, this is
like I just want like a frolic.
This is gonna absolutely drive me crazy.
I love a frolic. I love a good frolic. I love a good like pointless frolic. Essentially, the Don't Say No special ep was just like a pointless camping frolic, and I loved it.
Kia and Leanne. Oh my gosh, that was driving me crazy. I was like, I know these characters' names. Their wedding.
Yeah. You're still on that?
Yes,
we've moved
driving me insane. So yeah, I'll be curious to see the rollout of the trailers of this. It's gonna be a whole thing.
How long do you think it's gonna take to get?
it starts January 6th. They've announced
They
it.
already said that.
Because I think that was the whole point of a lot of this lineup was that like they need to give the people a date for at least something.
At least something,
because,
right?
Man, we've been waiting for Bad Friends for years.
Yeah.
And speaking of, let's go. Well, no, let's continue on with the Z Nunu. But so we're getting a Z Nunu movie.
Right.
We don't know anything about it. This is like
it's gonna be a movie.
You're
it's gonna be
get
a film.
It's gonna happen. Z has been wanting a movie. He's getting a movie. It's with Nunu. He's so excited. It's very cute.
What potential storyline? Just like, let's dream up scenarios here. We have nothing to go on.
A movie for Z Nunu.
Okay, I actually, again, we can only make up scenarios, but, and I've also never seen this movie, but that Baz Perth movie, from what I know about it, that, but Z Nunu.
That would be fun. I know my first thought was action.
Action, yeah. Like danger.
Yes. Yeah, Nunu can act, so I want to see him in a role totally different than like anything he's played.
Because I feel like, okay, so the deal with, I forget what that movie is called, that Baz and Perth are in, is that like it was the first time we really saw Baz being like rough and tumble, right? Like he's like dirty and gritty and like he gets in fights and he's like dangerous, which is like so the opposite of any character Baz had ever played before,
right?
And so like that's what was cool and fun about it.
Yes.
And so I think like that it would be cool and fun to just see Nunu doing something that was like the antithesis of every other character that he gets almost like typecast into.
Tell the world I love you. Yeah, it would be fun to see them do action.
Yeah. Or like horror, actually.
I mean,
they're horror one would be, because
they're both going to be in that zombie movie.
I know, but like a horror, like a serial killer one, like a serial killer like BL situation would be really cool.
But on that same note, like a Bonnie and Clyde situation where they're both bad guys. That would be fun.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Or just a rom-com, because I think they could do some like really funny things,
like a comedy.
Yeah, almost like a Friends with Benefits situation, like the movie Friends with Benefits that
Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher.
Yes, that'd be fun.
Okay, let's talk about the new series.
The Next Prince.
I'm so excited. Okay.
It's amazing.
I am.
Please have a good story. Please have a plot.
I am tentatively excited because I was so excited for Cutie Pie. This was like, Cutie Pie was like my most anticipated of the year.
Too.
I was so excited. And then in the same vein, I was super excited for Rainbow Prince. I love a royalty show. I love the Princess Diaries. I love anything that's like it's Christmas time right now. I love a Christmas Prince. Okay, anything that's like royalty, like there's like a dynasty, like I'm into it. And then Rainbow Prince was Rainbow Prince, and so like I have been let down time and time again, and I'm so excited. Like if this is good, like I might cry thinking about this.
The synopsis looks really cool.
The synopsis looks so cool. It's also actively being written, like the novel itself.
Fingers crossed, like the screenwriter.
I have such high hopes.
Higher run.
I have such high hopes.
He's such a good screenwriter. Yeah, the storyline's interesting. So Nunu's character is like off living a normal life, and
he has to come back to the throne.
Z's character has to bring him back.
Him coming back to the throne is also like was the deal with there are other. This is a pretty common trope in like a royalty,
like Princess Diaries. So I mean, we know Z Nunu will act. I'm curious to see who the side couples will be, because we didn't really get any extra characters.
I will say the trailer itself is amazing.
It's
the dancing, the like waltzing, but the very ending scene where like all of the couples like dip at the same time, like it's just cinematically really beautiful. Like it's just shot really well.
Also, props to the fans for figuring out what show
they
based
knew.
on like a photo that Z posted.
Shout out Zonzons. Like
dang.
Listen, if I'm ever in a scenario where I need a private investigator, You're my first calls on zones.
I mean, that was fascinating. Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
I'm tentatively excited. I'm nervous. I'm very scared. The heart is willing.
Yes.
My heart is willing.
Okay, so speaking of like royalty, but I guess not. It's just like a period piece. We're getting Love Upon a
Right.
Time with Net James.
Although potentially there's some sort of like royal element to it, is the vibe that I'm getting from it.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm excited about this. I love a period piece.
Right.
I'm okay with time travel. I do not love a mystical period piece. So like if they're in the past and one of them has superpowers, I'm not into it.
Right.
Or one of them is magic, or one of them is a demon, or like anything like that. But the vibe that I get from this is that it's actually more similar to Until We Meet Again. Like that kind of it's like a Until We Meet Again meets, what's that one show where the lady goes back in time through a rock and bangs the dude? You know what I'm talking about?
Excuse me?
It's like a TV show, and it's like horny old women are really into it. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's Scottish. There's like,
No.
okay, not an old lady. She's a young lady. A lady goes back in time, and she meets this man, and she goes, and there's a rock involved. She's like, touch the rock. The rock is magic. And she lives these two lives, and she has a husband back in present time, but then she falls in love with the old-timey Scottish guy. Do you know, like, this is such a popular show.
No. I have no idea.
Oh my god. Okay, continue. Anyways, I feel like it's that show meets Until We Meet Again. This is what I feel.
There's also that time travel BL. I Feel You Linger in the Air that we got like the really long trailer for, where he also lives in an alternate time. I think that's what it is. That's coming out, where we have time travel. There's also Kate and Leopold, I think, that had time travel.
I like a good time travel situation.
Have you figured it out?
No, it's killing me. Outlander.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
I told you horny old women are into it.
How dare. I just saw the first season though. It's rude. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Net James. I'm just so excited to see Net James in a series. I have been so into Net James since like I first was introduced to them as a ship through Domundi, right? Because like Domundi does a lot of out of series content because that's how they got started.
Right,
and so Net James have just a fun dynamic. Also, Net is a fascinating character because he lives on a compound. He's like hella rich. I'm not kidding. He has like, I'm pretty sure half of Domundi lives at his house at times, but he has a main house that like all of his family lives in, but he lives in the back house. Y'all should go watch Net James like do a tour of his compound.
Like cribs. Yeah. I've watched this.
It's fascinating. But Net James have such a fun dynamic. They're very cat and mouse, so it's gonna be fun to watch them do this kind of situation because these characters feel very different than like, for example, Bed Friends that we have been waiting our entire lives.
I really
for.
like Net James, and I like a period piece, and I like Until We Meet Again, and I think that time travel is fun.
I'm excited for this.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm excited to see a Thai period piece because I have never watched a Thai period piece.
Me neither, actually.
So I think it'll be interesting because the Korean period pieces.
I've watched a lot of Korean period pieces. Yeah.
Shoutout Harang.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to watch a Thai period piece. They like the poofy hair.
Yeah. And the traditional clothes are gonna be like, I'm gonna be excited to watch
and the
it.
music will be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of Net James, y'all,
Bed Friends.
we're getting Bed Friends coming soon. 2024. No.
2026.
This is gonna be fun. I love this kind of storyline. It's very typical. We know what it's gonna be. We know that it's gonna be friends with benefits until one of them gets jealous, and it's gonna be fun.
This one's gonna be hard for me to watch because the spice. I clutch my pearls.
Maybe we'll do a reaction to this one.
Maybe
on our
maybe
subscription channel.
I clutch my pearls, but I really like Net James, and I really love a jealousy trope, and I really love the dynamic of like one person in the couple being like, I don't like you, and like very publicly being like, I don't like you, I'm like, I don't have a crush on you, because like they're self-conscious because they do, like, they have it really bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I really like those two things, and based on the trailer we got, both of those things are in this.
And I also like that the person usually being like, I don't like you, is usually the most domineering one in the relationship.
Yeah.
That's always fun, right? Because you see them in bed in that first scene and he's like, don't leave any marks on me.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm gonna bang you so hard. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be so difficult for me.
So fun. Net James.
But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
So also in that same universe, other characters on that show are Tudor Yim, because that is connected to Middlemen's Love.
I'm so excited. Middlemen's Love, okay, I'm gonna say it, is the one I'm anticipating the most.
Interesting.
Out of all of these. It looks insane. I love Tudor Yim. I love them.
Same. We're also, I think, getting these out of order because of everything that happened with these series, I think Middlemen's Love was supposed to come first and Bed Friends second, but Bed Friends was able to be filmed first
because of the casting change.
Yeah, so we're getting Bed Friend first, I believe, and then Middlemen's Love.
I mean, that's cool.
So it'll be interesting.
I'm really excited about Middlemen's Love. I
know
rewatched the trailer today. Still don't really understand what it's about or how there's a BL aspect to it, but
no idea.
Tudor and Yim look absolutely chaotic in this whole thing, and I live for the chaos. And like, okay, I think the BL, because he's like, why would you as an intern treat me as just the middleman? Like, why would you treat me well? And why would you have a crush on me? Because he's like the cute one, right? Because set up in the show, but like, the trailer ends with them doing a conga line. Like, literally, this show looks absolutely insane. And I'm really excited about it because I want a good, like, just like ridiculous, funny, loud, like, okay, honestly, Paint with Love was Paint with Love, but the comedy in Paint with Love and some of the scenarios
I liked it more than I thought.
Yeah. And like, I really enjoyed that, and I'm hoping we get like a similar, like, I get a similar vibe here. Like, I think it's going to be very different, but like, I get a similar vibe, and I really hope that stays, because like, I thought that was so fun. Like, I think it's fun.
But here's the thing, as much as I disliked Cutie Pie as a storyline show, I enjoyed watching these actors, and Tudor Yim are incredible actors that, like, even if the storyline is like something we've seen before, or is just like, honestly,
every storyline is something we've seen before. Let's be honest, like,
I kind of hope it's like a Cherry Magic situation.
Oh, that would be cute.
But like without the like mystical part of it. Like, we're just in, like, we're coworkers, and one of them's popular and one of them isn't, and like maybe
the
like
Office,
a boss and a babe, but
that BL is so
weird.
I am not looking forward to a boss and a babe. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The Office BL is something that's good. We're gonna get heavily in 2023.
I know. We were like, stop being in school, and they're like, okay, they're gonna be in an office. Like, guys,
oh my god,
middle ground, guys.
And so I feel like the office ones could go so well or so poorly. So like, I really love Paint with Love. I really like the Office dynamic in Gap right now.
Yeah.
And so like, I hope that we stay with this like bright, fun Office vibe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think, oh my god, at the end of the year, we should like compare all of the Office BLs that came out.
That would be fun.
And we should decide which company we would want to work at.
That would be fun. I know we need to watch Gameplay's Office BL that's happening right now.
Yes, Work from Heart.
Work from Heart. It looks very cute. So yeah, Tudor Yim. Tudor Yim are also getting a show, a Korean collab from the same people as Peach of Time, called First Love. We know nothing about this story.
Right. Honestly, if it's half as traumatizing as Peach of Time, I will not be watching it because I'm traumatized. I still have PTSD from that. Why? I hope it's not traumatizing. Especially for tutoring, I'm like, listen, they have range, and I want to see them do the range, but I also just want to watch them be fun. That's what's fun about
But it's
them.
called
They're so fun.
It's called First Love, so I feel like it's gonna be fun and fluffy and like
Peach
whatever.
of Time is the cutest title of all time. What do you mean?
True.
It's so cute. It's a really cute title if you think about it.
I know. I was trying to find a synopsis online, but like, no. Apparently, the full title is called First Love Instruction Manual. So that sounds cute.
But Peach of Time also sounds cute. I have such beef with Peach of Time because the trauma that I experienced. Did you ever watch Peach of Time? The trauma I experienced, I swear. Oh my God. I have beef.
So speaking of Peach of Time, we're getting Tommy.
We are.
Tommy in Punk Spy. Reshipped with Thomas. That's a fun one.
Tommy and Thomas. I love it.
We again know nothing about this storyline other than
we have a trailer, and the trailer is amazing.
He's a punk and a spy.
I have so many thoughts about this trailer, and I want to point out I was on the Tommy bandwagon. I built the Tommy bandwagon with my own two hands. Okay, and now everyone is like, oh, I love Tommy so much, Tommy. And I'm like, where were all of you guys when I was like, Tommy? And everybody was like, I don't know what you see in Tommy. I always knew Tommy. I saw in your heart. Anyways, I just need to get that out of me. Second, okay. I have so many thoughts. I have lots of thoughts. Okay. My first thought about the like trailer itself is that as soon as it starts and he's wearing this like face makeup, is I was immediately transported back to You Never Eat Alone. Which if you've never watched You Never Eat Alone and seen Tommy and Jimmy in You Never Eat Alone, you gotta like just go watch the episodes that Jimmy and Tommy are in, because when you see Jimmy and Tommy and You Never Eat Alone, you'll never be able to look at them the same again. So I immediately was transported back to You Never Eat Alone. And I was like, I love it. And then I'm watching it and I'm like, there's the fighting. And I'm like, this is going to be cheesy as hell. But I'm watching it and I'm like, you know what's crazy? Tommy can actually do all this stuff because he was in the army. Yeah. So like Tommy legit can fight people. Like Tommy legit can like he can do the thing and the stuff. Yeah. Also, Poppy's in this.
I know. I wonder how many Domundi shows in 2023 will have Poppy in them.
All of them, if we're lucky.
They should all have Poppy.
Yeah.
Poppy.
All of them are gonna have a brother.
Yes.
What is their last name? Do we know?
Poppy.
What is Poppy's last name?
We do know. I don't know it on the top of my head, but like I've seen it. Yeah, I'm curious if Poppy will ever get a lead in a show. The sweet boy has second lead syndrome, and he is not a second lead.
Anomakiti.
Cute.
All of these will have an Anomakiti brother.
I love it.
So
we're getting more Park in 2023 as well.
Lots of Park.
Park and Poppy.
But I love Poppy so much.
I know. He's so
I'm
talented.
really excited. I think this show looks really cute. And also Poppy looks like he's gonna be like a slapstick character. And I love a slapstick Poppy. Yeah. I also do though love like a bad boy Poppy, like he was in Love Mechanics.
Right.
I listen.
That was wild.
That Poppy was a terrible person.
Slightly scared of him.
That Poppy was a terrible person, but like he was really hot though. Like,
he was really hot. And again, we've talked about how the nicest boys play the worst boys, and so it means he's
confirmed.
Really nice.
Poppy's a great person.
Yeah, exactly. I have never met Poppy. I hope to one day, but I can tell you now that he's a wonderful boy.
I think if I ever met Poppy, I would just burst out into tears. Like, I think I would look at his face and just start crying.
Yeah, if I met him,
but like out of excitement, like not out of like it wouldn't be like ugly sobbing. I would be so excited that I would be like crying.
I'd be like,
would come out of my face.
Yeah, I'd probably just be like, oh my God, I love you so much.
Yeah, I would be so excited. I would be like bouncing and my voice would get really high and it would be like a whole thing. Yeah, I'm really excited for Punk Spy. Listen, it looks like it's good. It looks like it's gonna be terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. It does. It looks so cheesy and ridiculous. It almost looks like those like British movies that are like joke spy movies. It almost looks like it's gonna be that.
Yeah,
I'm super into it. Like I'm here for it.
We're getting more action from Thailand in 2023. So it should be because GMMTV rolled out some action stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it.
Yeah.
Because we're also getting action / horror from Zombievor, which is not a BL.
Zombievor, not a
BL.
BL.
But has all the BL boys in it.
And Boone.
And Boss.
Right.
And Dream.
And Dream of Goinati Dream, who I'm so excited about because Dream is my favorite of Goinati Dream.
Right.
I think she's so cute. I think she's adorable. I love her. I'm really excited. So also it's Max with a girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see if they'll develop any romance during the show.
It looks like it. I mean, from the trailer, it looks like there's gonna be a story, like a romantic storyline, like we can only guess. But like, right? Didn't you get that vibe?
Maybe it's something where because they're all students, so potentially they like are already established and like they're all just trying to survive together,
right? But like, I got the vibe that they were like,
yeah, together.
Yeah, because like even in like zombie movies usually have a romance factor to them.
Right.
Like even like Train to Busan, which is like a legit like horror zombie movie from Korea, obviously, has a romance element. Like there's a couple.
Right.
Like and they've like met on the train to Busan. They're not like an established couple.
I see.
Yeah.
Trauma bonding.
There's like I mean, spoiler, they both die. But there is like a romance element in the storyline. Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the storyline is, why people are zombies, what the like how they
Thailand does horror really well too. I love horror movies. I watch so much in the horror genre.
They do horror, but do they do zombies and like creatures and like
they do creatures really Thailand specifically does ghosts really well.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
They do ghosts really, really well, but there's this one ghost that's like specific to Thailand, or this one type of ghost that's specific to Thailand.
Yeah.
It's like a floating head ghost. Tool talked about it a little bit in our interview with him. Yeah. And it's very specific. It's like I think like a Thai folktale. I should look this up because I'm very interested in it. And I watched a movie that Great was in. That was based on this like floating head ghost, and it was terrifying and it was really, really good. But it's more like a creature than a ghost.
Okay.
So like that's always done really well from what I've seen.
Interesting. Yeah, it's fun to see Thailand be more adventurous outside of like the typical things we've seen specifically in BL world. Like
also I think that Thailand does possession really well. I've also seen a couple of like Thai horror movies that are like based around like possession, and so I feel like that's similar to zombies, right?
Yeah.
Like possession and zombies. It's like a similar like type of acting.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing, we're getting Maxnet. A lot of Maxnet in 2023.
Are we?
We're getting the spinoff of Cutie Pie, Naughty Babe. So that'll be interesting. That storyline is heavy. There's like amnesia and childhood trauma and all kinds of things.
Listen, my least favorite trope.
Yes.
Is the childhood trauma trope.
You were saying
because I'm super over it now.
Yeah.
Like it was really interesting 8 years ago when I was first getting into K-dramas.
Yeah.
Like I at this point, like everyone has childhood trauma.
Right.
Childhood trauma is a dime a dozen. It's not, your childhood trauma is not interesting to me anymore. Like we need to add more layers. So like I especially hate childhood drama where we have like night terrors. Like
he has amnesia. I'm curious. I will say this was the beef that I had with Cutie Pie and the Maxnet storyline was that we got no development of like why we should care about these characters.
That's the beef you had with the Maxnet?
Yes, that's literally like that storyline was so underdeveloped. It made absolutely no sense. It was like the weirdest dynamic of two characters I've ever seen. It was so strange.
My question I genuinely want to know. This doesn't feel like it fits Maxnet. Like, if you like Maxnet, a lot of people hate Maxnet. Like, I'm just going to say it. I feel like we all know this. A lot of people hate Maxnet. I do not have an opinion. Like, I actually really like Nat. Like, I understand people have beef with his acting, but I like Nat.
Yeah.
I like his personality that he puts forth on camera. I like his voice. I love all the covers that he's done. I really, really like him in Close Friends.
Mm-hmm.
His little like karate boy
Yes, it's very
character.
cute. Yeah. I also really liked him in Why Destiny because he played this like spoiled little rich kid, and he played that really well.
He played that really well, and
because
he
that is
played
him.
his little like innocent karate boy situation
that
really
was
well.
fun.
Like I have liked him. I don't think that this storyline and these characters match what Maxnet put out there as a ship. I don't like, and I don't think it's where they excel. And so,
It'll be
will I potentially hate watch this? Maybe. And then maybe it'll turn into not hate. Like, I hate what I started out by hate watching Secret Crush on You, and then like 2 episodes in, I was like, this is the best thing I ever saw in my whole life. I get it now. Like, so maybe, and it was one of those situations where like I couldn't explain why it was good. It just was.
Yeah.
And so like maybe that'll happen here, but I just genuinely don't feel like this. Like, why are we still? Give it. Bye. We're done. 2022 rearview mirror. Let's go with something like.
I know. Yeah.
That's my only beef. I really like Maxnet, and I think that like again, the production value of this already looks so good. Like Domundi, and maybe they'll prove me wrong. I want them to prove me wrong.
People did really want this, and I think they really wanted this because it was so underdeveloped in Cutie Pie, and they wanted to know more about this storyline. I just, not into it.
Yeah,
not feeling it.
Yeah,
you do you. Everybody likes what they like, and I just don't.
For me, I like Nat. I like Nat as an actor. I do. Like the stuff that I've seen him in, other than like
Cutie Pie, yeah.
I really liked.
We're also getting another show called Two Worlds from them. I believe this is also another Korean.
It's like a collab. I don't remember if it's Korean, but I do know it's a collab.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we get from
so much
them.
Okay, that's everything, right?
That's everything.
Okay, out of all the Domundi 2023, top 3 in order, most anticipated.
I mean, Bed Friends.
Okay, so Bed Friends is your number 1. What's your number 2?
The Next Prince.
The Next Prince. What's your number 3?
Middlemen's Love. I'm excited to get more Tutor Yim.
Yeah.
I really fell hard for Tutor Yim and Cutie Pie.
I love Tutor Yim. My first is Middlemen's Love.
They probably had the strongest storyline in Cutie Pie, and they had the least screen time.
My number 1 is Middlemen's Love. My number 2 is The Next Prince. My number 3 is Punk Spy.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Domundi.
I know.
Coming in hot.
The glow up evolution that Domundi as a company has been really interesting, and I just hope that we have we started with the talent. The talent is top tier. We have talent. We have beautiful boys. They can act and sing and do the thing.
Oh yeah, the OSTs we're gonna get out of all these.
Yes.
Watch out.
We have the production quality. Like Z himself has talked about, like he majored in this in college. He had a lot to say into the making of Cutie Pie. That production was top notch. It was beautiful to watch.
You can always tell when one of these actors is legitimately an artist and like cares about this kind of stuff and like has the technical knowledge because they went to school for it. So a good example of this is Copter. Copter actually majored in music in school. And so like I feel like you can really tell that in their music.
Yeah.
And like I just feel like you can really see it when that happens. So
the next level is for them to develop the plot, storyline, the writing of it all, and to carry it out. Again, like they're a small team still. Like I really hope that they beef up their team a little bit. I hope they like don't rush things. I hope they like try and like take things slow enough to do things right, because I think they could be like, I know Thailand doesn't really have like a top 3, right? Like it's not really like K-pop, but like
like they could sustain what they've built with Nunu and this Cutie Pie if they do this right. And I do want that for them.
And I
Like,
will say props to the fans. They're very vocal about what is good and bad about these shows. And these production houses do seem to listen.
yeah.
Because I think we're to a point in BL where we're clearly not
We're not willing to be pandered to.
Yes, thank you. But also, we're not just here for the NC scenes.
Right.
We have seen that with the series that have flopped so hard.
But
and so you can't just put two boys on a screen kissing. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. And so you need all the components. And even now, the next level up is that we've gotten series from a lot of these actors with components missing, and so the next step up is to have all the components there because you want the best for these boys. That's another thing
I appreciate from Domundi is like everyone knows I clutch my pearls, but it's because I'm a very like shy and like reserved person, and so like I just like we're in public, and so like, but it's kind of nice. Like Domundi isn't like trying to make a statement about the inclusion or non-inclusion of NC scenes. Like it's kind of refreshing at this point because like there was nothing inherently bad or wrong about including NC scenes in BLs in any type of media. It's a fun thing to watch for so many people, not for me because but for lots of people, it's a fun thing to watch, and so like, there's nothing wrong with it. So I don't understand why we're all soapboxing. It's weird to me.
We've talked about this before. The marker of a good show is that if you can take out the NC scenes and people still want to watch your show, there's a handful of shows that I can think of that like can stand on their own without the NC scenes. And so hopefully we'll get to a place in BL where that can be said about every single show.
And I will say in lots of shows, a lot of the like there can be very intimate scenes without it being NC.
Right. That's what I think.
Which is cool. And I appreciate those scenes almost more because they're like they make my heart beat a little faster than like, you know.
That's what I think we're gonna get from Bed Friends, honestly. Like I think that the NC scenes will be fun to watch and they'll be dynamic, but because we have a whole series about friends with benefits, I think the more interesting part will be the push and pull, the cat and mouse of them at the office and them outside of the bedroom.
Do you think it's gonna be like almost like Big Dragon, where Big Dragon was very much like a lot of people saw were the NC scenes and they were like, but
it was billed as a spicy show.
Once you watched Big Dragon, you realized that A, there actually weren't that many spicy scenes.
No.
And B, most of the show was not actually focused around them hooking up. Like it wasn't a sense that like that's like was the push and pull was the original hookup, but it wasn't like each move was not destined to get them back in the bedroom.
And a lot of those spicy scenes, you were like, "Oh, I don't want this. Like, this is not. You can't take."
Which is always such an interesting way to approach a spicy scene. Like they did the same thing in "I Promise You the Moon," where you're like, you're watching it and you're like, no,
I don't want this.
Yeah, and so I always think that's an interesting way to like create a spicy scenario. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how, but it'll be interesting to see if it's like Big Dragon, where Big Dragon very much was like billed as a spicy show, and that's all anybody took away from it. If they just like took it at first glance and didn't really watch the show, but once you actually watched it, you were like, okay, there's not that many spicy scenes, and this is more about them as people and not them in the bedroom. Yeah, it might be interesting if Bed Friends is like that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Domundi brings for 2023.
I know.
I'm hopeful they have a whole new crop of boys. We're going to get some Nunu music, some like original Nunu music.
Oh, yeah. We're going to all the music that comes out of Domundi, we never have to question.
Listen, I will say that as small as Domundi is and as the growing pains that they've had, they can put on a show. Like the concerts that they've held and the production, I mean, just this lineup alone was a beautiful thing to watch. They did a charity drive and that was cool. Like They definitely have some lessons to learn, but they have the right team and the right people. And I think they're smart. They're outsourcing a few of these things.
Right. That's the thing that I'm concerned. I'm like, is this too much? But we'll find out. All we can do is hope.
And I love the fact that a lot of these actors are doing other things, right? Like Z and Nunu, as much as we love to see them together, they've done separate projects in 2022, and they're going to have separate projects in 2023 outside of Domundi, right?
Yeah.
Like both of the shows that they were in had nothing to do with Domundi. And we're seeing Tommy did that, and Yim is doing that with Nunu in this Bear Cave project. And so it's fun to see these actors that are part of studios be able to go and do other things, which is what gives me hope for the longevity of Domundi as like a group of people. Like we're still gonna get the Domundi stuff, but we're also gonna like let these actors grow and do different things and interact with different people. And I love to see them interacting with people outside of like their little clique. So I'm excited to see.
We'll see
what comes
We'll find
next.
out. Put in the comments what your top 3 Domundi most anticipated are, and we too, the next time we see you, will be in 2023.
Oh my gosh.
So until then, this has been Let's Talk BL. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and keep up with all things Let's Talk BL at Let's Talk BL.
Bye.